7 seconds. All right. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Also want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone who seek in this truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered four corners of the earth, which you so-called Negroes, Latino, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The true Israelites is coming out the elect nation of Israel. You know, the only nation the Lord's dealing with. It's brother Jonathan from GMS Detroit. Just want to get into another lesson. The vibration of what I've been seeing is these people are bugging out, especially these NBs, these 2/3. So we're going to get into, because we understand at Great Millstone that 2/3 of the nation of Israel is going to be cut off. So that means 2/3 of our people, the Native American, Latino, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are going to have to die on this side. Okay? And usually, what does that pertain to? The Israelites that know that they're Israelites, but not coming forth to the law statutes of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and the commandments. Alright, being niggas, looking eye towards your brother, committing adultery, so on and so forth. So, let me get the book of Sirach 26 and 5. And it reads, "There be 3 things that my heart feareth, and for the 4th I was sore afraid. The slander of a city." All right, here's the point. The gathering together of an unruly multitude. And that's talking about you 2/3. A false accusation. All these are worse than death. But you 2/3, man. I swear, everything could be easier if you motherfuckers, y'all making it harder for us, man. Because, Jake is already in the corners, in the ghettos, the barrios, but yet we live amongst you and y'all want to be straight niggas, man. Being evil towards your brother, even though that's one of the curses, that's why you have black on black crime. You look at Juice, you saw that little Ephraimite, put a knife to my man's nose, to Pac's nose. You look at boxing, it's always, Mexico, Issachar versus Ephraim, always, but at the end of the day, y'all brothers. This is Hebrews 13 and 1. And it says, "Let brotherly love continue." So one thing that you brotherly love, one thing that 2/3 don't do, they don't let brotherly love continue, man. They always want to one up the next Jake. Jake always gotta look over his shoulders. It says treat your brothers as you would do yourself. Or treat your brothers like you would do Yahweh Shai. Now don't worship him, but treat him as such. Be nice. And these are just key points of what 2/3 do. They do the opposite of what the scriptures tell you. All right. Here we go. That's another one. This is Sirach 12 and 3. "There can be no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. All right. So that's getting into your charity. If you see somebody slacking, man, you're supposed to help them out. You know, you know, what's that thing in Coach Carter? If one of us is falling, we're all falling. Well, basically to that effect. But you know, you 2/3, y'all like to be in for yourselves. Y'all don't want to give, but y'all love to take. I was watching this one thing on YouTube, like the little YouTube shorts. It was this Jake, you know, he came up. He was like, "Yo, bro, can you like help my family get some food?" And he was like, "Hell no, I gotta get my own family some food." You know, even though it was a trick. So he went to another Jake. He was like, your family needs some food? He's like, I'll see what I can do for you. Then, come to find out, he gave him $10,000 for just being helpful. And then the other Jake that refused, he got all upset. You know, Jake loves to take but never wants to give. All right? So, like I said, that's why 2/3 of our people, when it gets into a deeper synopsis than that. So let me get Zechariah 13, because this is going further in that Israel, 2/3 of Israel has to be destroyed. This is Zechariah 13:8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be lifted therein. So 2/3 of our people are going to die on this side, and the 1/3, which is going to be the elect, are going to be redeemed. You know. So let's get Matthew 24 real quick. All right. Let's start at 30. And it reads, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, talking about Yahushua, and shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Them ships and angels. But it said you'll see a lot of people mourn. It's going to be these tribes. Now, it's not just going for the 2/3. It's going for these other tribes as well. But it's also going to be 2/3 of our people that's going to die. You know, 2/3. All right, when we read in that Zechariah 12:8. Okay, but you know what happened to the 1/3? So this is the 1/3. It's 31. It says, and it shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the 4 winds, from one end of earth to another. All right, so this thing is for the elect, man. It's not just for everybody. Now the scriptures, Romans 10, and let's grab that, because it tells you that, you know, we have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. It's more of just not believing, not just calling on the name. But if you fear the Lord, you're going to do his law, statutes, commandments. Yep. This Romans 10:1. It says, brethren, my heart desire in prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved. Okay. Here's the point. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge. And that's why you look at these churches, man, they let you come as you are. But when you get into the full knowledge, understanding of the scriptures, you got to put off that old man. Ooh, that's Ephesians. Let's grab that real fast. Ephesians 4. And it says, this is 4:22, that ye put off the concerning the former conversation of the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. All right, because, we were all in the world, some Jake, of course, the majority of us, we would go to barbershops, get lined up. Some Jake, they was really into eating pork, smoking weed. Some Jakes got a thrill of, committing adultery. This is just some. But you got to put all that off. Your conversation is getting into your conduct. All right, and it says, be renewed in the spirit of your mind. So you got to be cleansed. You got to be, like I said, you see a car, it might got cigarette butts, might be dirty and clothes, but when you clean that boy inside, it's a fresh, brand new car. You're clean, you're cleansed. And the thing is to maintain that renewing. All right. Because, you got a lot of Jake that's all for this system, man. Let me get that. Hopefully, shit. Damn it. Gotta get an apocrypha, but, it was the Israelites that wanted to, take the ordinance of the heathens, you get into that Maccabees, and I believe it's the 11th or 9 or 11th verse, but gave them license to sin, pollute the altars, eat swine, and that's also a 2/3 mentality as well, even though it was getting more into the Hellenization or being Hellenized. Okay, let me see. Now it's like getting into that zeal. Like I said, that's when, not according to knowledge, that's when Jeremiah 4:22 tells you the children are sottish, which is getting into stupid, not lack of common sense to the degree of being, what's the word I want to say? Let's just say ignorant. But what does the scripture say about that? This is Sirach, chapter 5:15. It says, be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small. So you're not supposed to be ignorant, man. You're not supposed to lack knowledge of wisdom. You're supposed to know this. That's what, even on this side, we're not going to know everything. We're not going to be 100% perfect, but we rehearse the righteous acts. That's why, when you get into Leviticus, the 4th chapter, they had to make sacrifices on their ignorance, things that you don't know that you're committing. Okay? But, these 2/3 is either the ignorance or they're just all for being a 2/3. Want to be a thug, always want to be a nigga, want to be a killer, want to be an adulterer, so on and so forth. So that's why 2/3 of our people are going to die. Now, they will be in the kingdom of heaven, but 2/3 are going to come through the loins of the elect in their right mind. But didn't want to make it too long. Lord willing, I hope this video is edifying. Again, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. And again, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, teaching this truth and sincerity, and also who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. I'm going to close out. Say shalom.